Hi everyone, and welcome to Random Thursday, which right now is going to be Dragon Ball Z Thursday. And you'll notice I didn't put a Who Would Win up this week. I was sick. I had a cold, pretty not like I was bedridden cold, but I just wasn't able to function. I would just be sounding like a little bit like this, and I would have been coughing and hacking throughout the whole video. So I just didn't do a Who Would Win. I apologize for that. I will compensate by doing a Who Would Win on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week to even out the fact that I missed my bi-weekly one last week as well. But we're talking Dragon Ball Z this week. And in Dragon Ball Z What If, we're talking about what if Goku survived the encounter with survived his initial fight with Raditz, survived basically the event. So we know that Goku was killed in the fight with Raditz. That's a big plot point in the story arc for Dragon Ball Z at the very beginning. But what if he didn't die? What if he survived? So the way I see him surviving is I'm almost completely over the cold. I got to cough every now and then. The way I see him surviving is this. When Piccolo does the special beam, oh screw it, special beam cannon. When he does that, Goku is able to just barely, just the nick of time, maybe boom, knee rads in the back, or elbow Radz in the back, incapacitated enough that Radz is not going to move and not avoid the beam, whereas Goku's able to avoid the beam just enough to not die. Maybe he still gets hit in the side, it takes out a bit of his side, but he'll still live. So that happens, Radz is dead. Now, Vegeta and the others know about the sky. Now, Radz will say, my Vegeta, they are far stronger than I am, and all that stuff. Goku gets a Senzu beam, some sort of healing, so forth, so they all survive. Now, in the official reading, Piccolo does have a bit of an increase. He's around 329 from the 321 he originally was at. And that's with his weights on. Goku, it was at 416 without his weighted training clothes. So what we know about Saiyan Zenkai boosts is, and I like to think, and I shout out to Totally Not Mark for basically determining this. It is pretty much as it is. An average Saiyan Zenkai boost is roughly between 25 and 33%, either a quarter or a third of their power at the time, depending on how severe their damage was, how close to death they were. For the sake of sakes, I'm going to put have Goku get above a 30%, roughly a 50% power increase, which puts him at, when he's using his max power currently, 624, which puts him well above any average person on the planet. But, he's still, compared to Radz, would be... He's only barely over half Radz's power. And even then, Radz actually had a power of roughly 1,500, despite what Vegeta and Nappa said about him being around 1,200. So, now that we have that going on, we have to determine what changes in terms of the training for the Saiyans. Well, we know for a fact that Goku's not learning the Kaioken or the Spirit Bomb. He will not be training under the 10 times gravity. So he's not getting the 19 times power boost he got when he died originally and trained with King Kai. Also, he's there to now help train with the others and train his son. Now, I do believe Gohan does eventually train with Piccolo and probably at some point his father, because Goku sees the potential in his son. It's all a matter of convincing Chi-Chi that. We're not going to go into how he convinces Chi-Chi that. We're just going to say either he convinces Chi-Chi or he does it behind Chi-Chi's back, something like that. So between Goku being there and to help train his son and help train with the others, I'm going to give Goku, because he is a Saiyan and progresses faster than an average person, a 10 times boost. Piccolo's also going to get a 10 times boost because he's got Goku there to train with him. Gohan will get a slightly bigger boost than what he had, putting up to roughly around, I think he'd be about tied with Krillin, about 1,500. Same with Krillin's going to be about 1,500. When he uses that Super Blast, he's actually going to max out around 2,100, 2,100. Tien's going to be a bit stronger, 2,500, 2,500. Chaozu would maybe be a little stronger, at roughly like 800. And Yamcha would also be a bit stronger, around 1,800. Now, when the Saiyans arrive, they're going to be able to handle Nappa altogether pretty fine. I mean, even though Chaozu, they'll take out the Cybermen no problem, to the point where I think even Yamcha lives. It'd be 1,800 versus the 1,200, even like self-destructing. I mean, Chaozu couldn't take out Nappa, but that's 624 versus... actually, I have Chaozu's number here because I'm doing the power level series. 610 versus 4,000. Even exploding, even if it like triples the power, that wouldn't be enough to take out Nappa. Nappa was pretty burnt and singed, but nothing that incapacitated him. But I think Yamcha still lives. And I think they eventually do, because let's be clear, without the Kaioken, Goku's max power at the moment is around 6,240. Enough to thrash a base-powered Nappa, or a suppressed Nappa, kind of like he did when he powered up. But when Nappa powered up, Goku still held the edge, but was definitely being pushed back a bit. If Nappa powers up, between him and Piccolo, I think they can take out Nappa. But I think it actually comes down more to Yamcha and Krillin using their specialized key techniques. Remember, Krillin has the solar flare just like Tien does. He has the Kinzaimo Destructo Disc. Yamcha has that weird energy manipulation technique where he just makes the ball move. So between them, I think they'll keep Nappa at bay along with Gohan. I think all three of them will be able to keep Nappa at bay, even though they'll still probably get royally thrashed. I do believe Tien and Chaozu both bite it beforehand. Chaozu again tries the self-destruct ability, does a bit more damage and weakens them. Tien sacrifices himself again with that superpower blast. Again, really hurts him, which is why I think Krillin and Yamcha and Gohan will be able to hold their own at this point, because Nappa is severely weakened at this point. But even fully powered, he's not going to be fighting at full capacity. All the while, Vegeta and Piccolo are going to be fighting. Goku and Piccolo are going to be fighting Vegeta. Now, here's the thing. I have two alternate versions of this scenario. This is the first version and probably the likely version. Because I don't think Kami would have I don't think in the long-term scheme of things, Kami would intervene right off the bat. I believe this is where our Z Fighters meet their Warrior's End. All of the Z Fighters, Goku, Piccolo, Gohan, Yamcha, Tien, Chaozu, and Krillin, all die. Because none of them are even... Goku, without the Kaioken, Goku can't even match up to Nappa full-powered. So, take that into consideration when you're going up against Vegeta, who is over twice as strong as Nappa. They all die. End of story, de facto, dead. Now, with Piccolo dead, Kami's dead, therefore the Dragon Ball's useless. Nappa maybe still ends up dead. Vegeta then goes off. He never ends up killing Frieza. Frieza never gets the Namekian Dragon Balls to work because he ends up slaughtering everyone, therefore he doesn't get the password. Eventually, but I believe Earth is now under Frieza's control of Planet C cells and whatnot. Then Boo eventually wakes up. Boo kills Frieza. Beerus wakes up, kills Boo, and then fuck all shit happens. So, yeah, DBZ comes to a pretty abrupt end. Goku dying is extremely pivotal to the series. Otherwise, everyone is screwed. Now, there is the alternate version I'm going to go into, which is going to get a lot more detail. At the point in the fight where Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu are dead, and Krillin, Gohan, Piccolo, and Goku are, on their last legs, I do believe, first off, they would have some Senzu beams on call. Excuse me. Just in case your story says, and they each use Senzu beam. As they eat the Senzu beam, though, they don't realize that Kami, understanding that they can't win on their own, and would accept this wish by their own volition, wished for as an eternal dragon. I am the eternal dragon. Oh, my creator, what is your wish of me? Eternal dragon. Those fuckers down there are too stubborn. Give them the power to defeat the Saiyans. It's like, your wish is granted. So Kami wishes for them to have a power boost to be able to defeat the Saiyans. That is a why question. Why? Actually, it's not. It's a why question that has a very actual easy answer to it. Why they have never wished to have the power to defeat their enemies? Because the damn Saiyan warrior prides, Namekian warrior pride, all their warrior prides get in their freaking way, and they're stubborn. So I love Dragon Ball Z. I like Dragon Ball Super a lot. I love Dragon Ball. You idiots! You have magical Dragon Balls that can grant you not any wish, but a laundry wish of wishes, and I'm certain that granting you the power to surpass an opponent, if need be, is well within the dragon's power to some extent. So, you're idiots. You're everyone, even Piccolo, Vegeta, who are smart among the fighters, are idiots because you let your pride and your ego get in the fucking way. Anyway, so yeah. Now, I'm not saying they're gonna. I don't think they like the dragon set gives them like beyond like Great Ape Vegeta's power, like beyond 1,800 or 180,000. I don't think that. I think conservatively they're gonna get like a times 10 power boost. But that being said, times 10 from where they at, I have them at, which is 6,240 for Goku, 4,170 for Piccolo. Krillin and Gohan are roughly at 15 respectively. So I put them both. That means Krillin and Gohan go up to 15,000. Goku goes up to 62,400. And Piccolo goes up to 41,700. Oddly enough, it's easier to pronounce the words for little numbers for me when they get bigger. I don't know why. So they easily kill Nappa. They finish Nappa off. Vegeta's on the losing side of the fight. Goes Great Ape. At that point, Goku and Piccolo between them can hold them off a little bit. But I think what's going to happen is going to be what he did against Raditz. He's going to charge a special beam cannon. All the while, Krillin, Gohan, and Goku are going to distract him as best he can. Between a solar flare distract him, and then a kind of like a group Kamehameha, kind of like you got against Broly. It's a Kamehameha! Combine that power, you're looking at around 90,000, a little over 90,000 in power and an energy beam coming at Vegeta, which, granted, is only a little over half his strength, but a pure energy blast, especially when you're distracted, that's going to hurt. So Vegeta's going to get blasted. Meanwhile, Piccolo's charging his beam, just, and I'm charging my attack. It sounded like Mr. Satan. He's like, charging my attack. Anyway, so he knows that he's probably not going to be able to get a clean hit on Vegeta to kill him. And Vegeta's going to come in at that point after being severely hit and knock them around. They're all going to be pretty injured, but they're all going to be in better shape than they were in the original series. Piccolo fires his blast. Vegeta dodges it, but gets his tail sliced or blasted off, and just maybe fires an energy blast or something like that, knocks Piccolo out. So at this point, they're all roughly beaten to hell, but they're in better shape. They can at least stand, and Vegeta's the same way. He also can tell that he probably needs to get out of this, right? It's like, so he calls his ship at this point. He's also not as beat to hell as he was in the original series. So he calls his ship, gets out of there. They all are just like, oh, we could follow. It's like, no, son, we could follow him, but I want to fight him again. Let him go. He's going to get stronger, and when he does, we'll be ready. It's like, that's right. It's like, that's right, Goku. That doesn't sound, misinformed at all. Doesn't sound terrible, like a terrible idea at all. I'm all for this. It's like, Goku, you are just unique. So after that, now I do believe they get some Zenkai boosts. Piccolo gets a percentage boost of around like 2% because it's how his body functions. He gets some sort of stress increase bonus, kind of like a really mini Zenkai. So that would probably put him somewhere like around 42,000. Goku would respectively be probably in the realm of 70,000. Oh, let's say at a quarter. He'd be around we'll just round him up to 70,000. Gohan would also be at roughly, doing the math, he'd be roughly around 19,000, give or take. Krillin would not. So the events transpire a little differently. Again, Krillin and Gohan are going to head their way towards Namek. Goku and Piccolo are going to stay back, use the ship that's for training so they can get stronger. Now Krillin and Gohan land on Namek. They rescue Dende. They're stronger than they were in... 1 second. Want to go outside, baby? Oh, okay, you go outside. Give me some little piece. The light! I'm so shiny. I'm so pasty. Krillin and Gohan are significantly stronger, with Krillin being around 15,000, Gohan being around 19,000. So they can actually handle Dodoria all right, but they don't want to get into the fire unless they have to. While on Namek, they'll still have their hidden potential unleashed. Now, if we're going by the 12, they're at 8% multiplier to 10% multiplier like Gohan got. Not including the future multiplier that came from the hidden power increase. If we're going just by the initial stages, they both got roughly around an 8%. Gohan, I think, got a little bit more just because of he had more potential than Krillin. So we'll go 9% for Gohan, which will put Gohan at roughly, scaling that down 1,700 171,000, and putting Krillin at around 30 times 4, 120,000. So when the Ginyu Force show up and the Vegeta comes like, how did you get so strong? What kind of juice did you drink? It's like, hidden potential juice? I don't know. And their power by the time they fought Raccoon did go up a little bit. So I would put Krillin maybe like 130,000 and Gohan at roughly 180,000 at the point they fight Raccoon. They meet, but they wreck the Ginyu Force's shop basically. By the time Piccolo and Goku land on there, it's like Ginyu Force minus maybe Captain Ginyu is taken care of. Now with Goku and Piccolo, they've been training with each other, using each other for combat. Now they're both at this point within maybe 25,000 each other. Piccolo's definitely weaker than Goku, but serves as a really good opponent for Goku to train against at this point in the story. Plus, being as high in power as they are, they can stress the gravity machine a lot more than just 100 times normal gravity. They can probably go up to about 200, I'm going to say. Which, if I go by the multiplier that Goku had, roughly he was probably around 9,000 when he left Earth, and he was about 9,000 when he hit Namek as his base. He had a 10%. He went 10 times his base. He was training at 100 times gravity because it was a gradual increase from 10, technically 20. So if we go by that, adjusting to the gravity while you're training, both of these guys probably had about a 20 times increase in their power level, which would put Piccolo at roughly 840, which is roughly what he was at when he fused with Nail in base form with his weighted clothes on, and would put Goku at roughly 1.4 million. Plus, he can use the times 10 Kaioken. So when they show up, it's like, okay, now they're taking it. Ginyu shows up. It's like, oh, what's this, huh? You think you beat the entire Ginyu Force? Well, I'll show you why I, Captain Ginyu, and the most illustrious fighter in the Piccolo, just poof, So Ginyu goes down fast. Ginyu doesn't get a chance to steal any buys or whatever. I think between all of them, gets his shit wrecked. So now we have Dende. Basically showing them how to work the Dragon Balls. They wish Tien, Chiaotzu, and Yamcha back, but they can't return them to Earth, unfortunately. So it's like, okay, we're going to have to wait. But Piccolo's still alive, so we got the Earth Dragon Balls. Okay, wish these guys back. Okay, they've been wished back now. It's like, so now it's, and now I believe Guru does pass away shortly before this. Vegeta wants immortality. Knew he can't get it because he can sense just how fucking strong Goku and Piccolo are, and even Gohan and Krillin, because Gohan's power was roughly around 200,000 by the end of the Namek arc, not including any Zenkai you might have got. Well, no, it was around right when the Frieza arc was fighting. He was around 200,000. So when you factor in how much his power probably got, I would not be shocked to say that Gohan was maybe heading around the million marker at this point, if we're going by these power level scalings. Krillin wouldn't be as strong by any stretch of me, but I think it'd be safe to say that Krillin would probably be somewhere in the realm of 600,000. I think that'd be a good well to put him at. So when Frieza shows up initially, he sees his scouter, he's picking up but he picks up the scouter on all these guys, and it breaks, so immediately he's going to transform. Frieza's not going to stay in his base form, because if his scouter picks up where these guys are, because he's going to pick that up more than likely. He's going to be, oh fuck no, I need to go farther than this. So he's going to go probably to third form. I'd say third form. So when he shows up, he's like, so this isn't Frieza. What is this power? It's like, did you know, Vegeta? You knew I could transform, Vegeta. It's like, so this is your power. My God, it's not really that impressive. It's like, yeah, no, I can do that too. It's like, watch, just Kaioken, just boom, just smash. So Goku and Piccolo can take on, between Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan, they can take on a third form Frieza with little difficulty. I'm probably going to cut this off. I'm running out of battery power, so I'm probably going to actually cut this off at the Namek arc, and then I'll do a part 2 next week, detailing the Android saga and beyond. So basically, Frieza's going to go for third form. At this point now, they're on the losing. Just in base form, they can't take on third form Frieza. But Goku's got his Kaioken. So Goku just times triple Kaioken, which Goku would probably understand what he has to do. Would be fighting. Would have the edge over Frieza. Barely, but he would have it. Actually, no. Times 3? No, yeah, he'd have a decent edge over Frieza in base form. So they're going to be going back and forth. Goku's going to have the edge. So Frieza's like, yes, about 5, maybe 10 times what you've shown, but I've only shown 1%, which is not true, but 1% of my overall power. You should be vigilant. You should be privileged. And there's I'm running a little battery, 14 minutes. You should be privileged. So he's going to go into his 50% mode, beat the living tar out of all of them. Goku's maybe going to try the Kaioken time. Kaioken times 20! Which, at 1.4 million, isn't going to do jack, because that's a grand total of 28 million. That's not even Goku at his base max, the times 10 at 3 million, what that he was. So he's still not going to do it. It might throw Frieza for a little surprise to have that much power come at him suddenly. He might throw him off, but yeah, they're going to be pretty screwed. Now, I don't believe Dende's dead at this point, so maybe Vegeta gets healed. Maybe they all get healed. And Vegeta comes in, surprises Frieza just barely, or Gohan gets healed. Surprises Frieza just barely enough to give Goku some time to get a Zenkai boost from Dende healing him. At 1.4 million, then if you do the scaling that the kind of boost he would get, because he got from that he got in the Namekian arc, I'm not going to do the overall math. I believe it was like, because he went from 90 to about 3 million. So if you do that, so 10, 20... Yeah, he had a little over a 33 times boost. Now, I don't believe he might get a severe boost. Like, let's just say it puts him at 30 million. Let's just round it off to 30 million. Now Goku's at 30 million, comes back, beats the ever-loving shit out of Frieza. Because just a times 10 Kaioken at 30 million completely wrecks Frieza's shop. So basically, Goku then eventually, because let's be clear, even though he wants a worthy opponent, even in when he was Super Saiyan, he did let him go a couple times. Beforehand, he was trying to kill Frieza. With the Kamehameha and the Spirit Bomb, he was trying to kill him. So, at this point, Goku ain't having this shit. He goes full Kaioken's times 10 and just incinerates the fucker. So, Frieza's dead. No more Frieza. Period. Done. Because let's be clear. At 150 million... he still was able to leave Frieza partially intact, enough that he could come back briefly. At 300 million to 120, Frieza's gone. Frieza's incinerated. It's like Cell in the Cell games. It's like Boo with Spirit Bomb. He gone. There's no more Frieza. So Namek say they all live happily ever after until the Trunks arc. Now, we will wait until then because I don't have the battery power to continue this video and it would go on too long. But that's the part 1 of if Goku survived his bout with Raddiz, and survived the encounter of Raddiz. The likely scenario is everyone's dead. The unlikely scenario we'll continue with next week. So thanks for watching. I'll be back with magic in a little bit. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. See you next time.